There's a good reason why gamers are comparing the Saints Row remake to GTA 6 even if it has some similarities and hasn't been warmly received by fans. Many fans still prefer the original two Saints Row games to the others in the genre, and at one point, the series was a viable alternative to Grand Theft Auto. With the boss changing from the President of the United States to a galactic emperor in Saints Row 4, the crew's gimmicky and funny actions were pushed to the extreme. Even Johnny Gat went on a journey to hell. While Saints Row abandoned all illusion and adopted an over-the-top attitude that for many at least partially succeeded in Saints Row 3 and 4, GTA has remained consistent in its underlying humor but generally serious approach to storytelling. Many people may be concerned that Grand Theft Auto 6 would make the same faults as Saints Row because of this previous rival, certain significant modifications made in Saints Row's remake, and known changes within Rockstar games. The fact is, Saints Row hasn't earned all of its criticism, especially not the type it now shares with GTA 6. Many people are disappointed that there aren't as many satirical jokes in Saints Row these days, but that isn't what makes Saints Row so bad. While some would want to draw comparisons, GTA 6 isn't trying to knock anybody over with its jokes. Rather, it appears the worst elements of Saints Row are things GTA games have long figured out. Starting from the real problem with Saints Row. Saints Row has had a difficult road since the beginning since many people think the franchise has become more politically aware. This early response is still applicable in current conversations since many people have been angered by inconsequential developments like Jim Rob and FB, even though those are in no way related to the game. Many people could find it difficult to distinguish this identification from its true difficulties, and as a result, many people might attribute its problems to becoming woke. Not everyone will, but some people will undoubtedly not ignore this. However, adding crude humor or making all of Saints Row's primary characters exact replicas of the original Saints gang will not cure this game. Even if the setting were identical to that of the first 4 games, the response would not be improved. The structural issue is that this game has a lot of heart but struggles to fully realize those moments. Even after becoming Saints, which takes a significant portion of the game, things proceed rapidly yet slowly at the same time, moving too quickly for characters to grow personally while simultaneously extending the plot such that it feels tiring. In the end, there's a lot of filler, but the game makes an effort to make players enjoy characters like Eli, Kevin, and Nina. The issue is that because each character is so one-dimensional, the game is unable to do that. Nina drives, Kevin is a shirtless, chill social butterfly, and Allie is the business nerd. It is difficult to become emotionally invested in the plot because their characters don't truly develop above that point. The fact that most of the missions in Saints Row seem the same doesn't assist the narrative at much. Saints Row follows the traditional open-world model of dispersing numerous items over the landscape and having quests occur everywhere, but only a select handful stand out. Everything seems to be playing in the background and the rest is just background noise, shooting and running. Everything will be experienced by players in the first few hours, after which they will repeat their experiences in missions, conversations, and other activities. However, Saints Row might have been better if it had taken the time to give the characters more depth, possibly changed the course of the plot and the gang, and presented a much more personalized story. The issue is that Saints Row doesn't take itself seriously at all, which isn't inherently negative for its setting but is problematic nonetheless. It is difficult for anyone else to take any aspect of it seriously because of this. Moving on to the real question, that is, what about GTA 6? Will it be a complete masterpiece or it will end up like Saints Row? Many have responded in the same manner to a new report about GTA 6, in the same way that Saints Row was branded as woke when it was made public. Although many have criticized reported features of the game, this is not even official information released by Rockstar Games. According to this rumor, the game will have 2 characters, one will be a Latina lady, and Rockstar Games won't scale back the comedy. Additionally, it was revealed that Rockstar Games is avoiding crunch culture, which is ultimately advantageous. But just with Saints Row, these woke complaints are without merit right now and probably won't be when the game is released. But if Saints Row has serious flaws, it's difficult to see Rockstar having the same problems. Since the original Saints Row game, the series hasn't added a new crew, and this installment struggled to make existing people more than mere background characters. On the other hand, Rockstar has added new characters, places, and more in each GTA installment. Dealing with Michael's family, Franklin's friends, or even Trevor's violent, capitalist, and character impulses in Grand Theft Auto 5 all brought depth to each character and added to the game. While Saints Row merely repeats itself, each game takes its time to develop and fully flesh them out. As a result, it's difficult to see how Saints Row's complaints of character and plot would apply there. While GTA 6 will still be humorous, it probably will take itself more seriously. Sure, it's funny to see Trevor beat people, but at least gamers won't likely hear the new GTA 6 protagonist brag about his own murderous tendencies as frequently as the new Saints Row boss does. Due of its prior success with this strategy, GTA succeeds where this new Saints Row fails in terms of character and personality. Breaking away from the boss, Johnny Gat, and all those beloved characters is far tougher to do in a Saints Row game than it is in GTA, which has defined each entry with fresh characters. And the characters in this revamp fell short of expectations. Additionally, Saints Row's open-world design feels as stale as the game's visuals. Saints Row feels like Saints Row at the end of the day, but to compare the aesthetics and world structure of a 2022 game to a 2013 game is insulting. Because Rockstar has its own distinct approach to city building, it's unlikely that it will fall into these traps. As a consequence, it's excellent that GTA 6 will concentrate on a single city, apparently only expanding later. GTA 6 has already been referred as woke. When Saints Row first came out, it was called woke. These criticisms, however, are baseless. Whereas GTA 6 hasn't been officially unveiled, thus this should be taken with a huge grain of salt. Rockstar succeeded in these same areas in GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and a lot more, while Saints Row falls short where it matters. Whereas GTA 6 hasn't been officially unveiled, thus this should be taken with a huge grain of salt. Rockstar succeeded in these same areas in GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and a lot more, while Saints Row falls short where it matters. It is unfair to reduce criticism of a game, released or upcoming, to some unrealistic worldview since each game will succeed or fail according to its own history. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it so far. If so, then subscribe to the channel and like the video in order to see more gaming content like this in future. Comment down below what are your speculations about the upcoming game and what video do you need next. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, bye bye.